Welcome to a special NTS edition of the MSEC Podcast, the official podcast of the Military Child Education Coalition. As we draw closer to the biggest event of the summer for military-connected parents, students, and professionals, we highlight some of the event's leaders and sponsors who are working together to make this year's National Training Seminar a success. The MSEC National Training Seminar is July 19th through the 21st and offered virtually. Register and join us at no cost when you sign up at militarychild.org/NTS. Here's your host for today's podcast, Tara Gleason.
Welcome everyone to our MSEC podcast for a very special National Training Seminar series over the next couple of weeks. MSEC is so very appreciative of all the support we receive every year that enables us to serve military-connected children and their families. We want to take this opportunity to especially thank the sponsors that are making this National Training Seminar possible and free to all our attendees as we connect them to the resources, knowledge, and community to best support military children in an educational setting. Our heartfelt thanks goes out to USAA, AT&T, Boeing, College Board, BAE, Defense Credit Union Council, who also provided our special t-shirts this year, AMBA, Tutor.com, and MBA. We invite you to visit their booths and learn more about them when you attend the seminar. We're going to kick off this week's show with Carrie Garlick, the project manager for our National Training Seminar, which will take place later this month and virtually this year. Carrie, before we jump into what our listeners can expect from the conference this year, can you tell us a little bit about you and your work at MSEC?
Absolutely, Tara. Thanks. I'm Carrie Garlick. I have been working at MSEC as the National Training Seminar Coordinator since 2006. So I'm not exactly sure how many years that is. That's higher math and public math. I'm guessing about 16 years that I've been doing this. My husband and I, he is now retired, but we have lived the military service member's life. He's retired from the Army. We had 3 kids. We've lived the transitions. We lived the school changes. We've lived the ups and the downs. And now both of our adult sons are also now serving in the military. So now we are the proud grandparents of 2 military-connected grandchildren.
Thanks, Carrie. And now can you tell us a little bit of what we can expect from this year's conference?
Absolutely. We are very, very excited about the 2021 MSEC National Training Seminar. It is an entirely virtual event this year, and it goes from the 19th to the 21st of July. Our theme this year is College Work and Life Ready, Embracing the Future for Military Kids. And we have a great lineup. I think, what's interesting, as I said, this is about my 16th NTS that I've had the pleasure of being the coordinator for. And I have to say that every year I think, okay, we've done it. We've hit a pinnacle. There's no way that we can put together a better program with better speakers. But somehow every year we happen to do that, or I feel like we do that. And this year is no exception. We have a great lineup of speakers, subject matter experts, people that you're going to want to join us, listen to, learn from, network with your colleagues. It's going to be a great event from start to finish.
Is there any speakers in particular or highlights that you want to point out to our listeners that you want them for sure to check out?
Absolutely. And I think my first question there is, Tara, how much time do we have? Because I could talk about this all day. Absolutely. Our 2021 speaker lineup, it's really going to explore a wide range of topics. We like to put an emphasis on our sessions that are going to highlight physical, vocational, and holistic growth for military kids, as with the theme for the 2021 session, that all military-connected kids become college, work, and life ready, and that we're really embracing the future for the military kids. I think a really exciting highlight for speakers in 2021, certainly one of the most exciting ones, has to be Thomas Friedman. He is a 3-time Pulitzer Prize winner, an author of 7 bestsellers. He's also been a foreign affairs columnist for the New York Times for some time now. And what I love about him joining us is that he has a really unique lens that he looks at the world. He looks at economics, technology, geopolitical trends, and then he's able to take that really complex issues and how the world is being shaped and really kind of present it and discuss it in an accessible way. So he's going to join us. He's going to share his thoughts on the world we live in. He's going to discuss how today's youth can effectively and really embrace their future as they try to navigate a path on their way to becoming college work and life ready. Another session that I'm particularly excited about is the authors of The Character Edge: Leading and Winning with Integrity. And joining us is Lieutenant General retired Robert Caslin. He was the 59th superintendent at West Point, and Dr. Mike Matthews, who is a member of our MSEC Science Advisory Board and also a professor of psychology from West Point. And what I love is what they're bringing to the table. And that's their thesis is going to be that, a kid, you can be the smartest kid in your entire school, but if you fail in character, you're going to fail in life. So their session is going to be a moderated discussion, and they're going to focus on topics, what we can do as educators, parents, and other adults, youth serving professionals in a child's life, and what we can do to shape and nurture positive character development. They're going to talk about how children can be taught to understand their unique strengths of character and how you can leverage character strengths and achieve and flourish, and taking it back to that 2021 theme, how they can flourish to become ultimately life ready. And I think if I was going to really spotlight one more session that I think you're really hopefully going to be as excited as I am about to tune into, and that is our military child panel. We've met a delightfully engaging young woman who grew up in a military family, and her name is Deracia Singleton. She actually hails from Augusta, Georgia, and she's the daughter of 2 Army veterans and the stepdaughter of a Marine veteran. So she absolutely knows the life and the special points of life that sometimes those military kids need some special supports. And right now she's pursuing a master's degree at Syracuse University for broadcast journalism at the Newhouse School of Public Communications. So we couldn't be more excited that Deracia is joining us and putting her studies to active work for us at the NTS. And what this session is going to do is she's going to sit down with other now adult military kids who grew up in military families. And she's going to share with us her series of moderated discussions that she's had with these folks. She's going to explore their personal stories and talk about how they navigated some of the challenges. And those challenges could be social emotional challenges or academic challenges that they experienced in their youth. She's going to talk to them about how did growing up in military families shape them, maybe what tools, what did they learn along the way that helped them maybe acclimate to new communities and new schools. How, now that they're looking back at it from a lens of being as an adult now, how did growing up in a military family, how did maybe some of those challenges that they faced as a child inform their adult lives and their family life now, their professional life? But most importantly, and I think what I'm most interested to hear these grown military kids talk about perhaps is what can they share with today's military kids? What did they learn? But even more importantly, what do they know now, looking back at it as adults, that they wish they knew then? They're going to share these kinds of, what toolkits, what tools they added to their kits along the ways. What's particularly exciting about this session, and one of the people that Deracia is going to sit down with is Norah O'Donnell. I hope you recognize her name. She's an anchor. She's the anchor and the managing editor of the CBS Evening News, as well as she's also a correspondent on 60 Minutes. So, if you know this, but Norah O'Donnell did grow up in a military family, an Army family. So she's going to join and she's going to talk about her experiences and give her advice. Deracia is also going to sit down with an educator, someone who's gone into the teaching profession. She's going to talk to someone who's now on active duty, a service member in the military. And then she's also going to reach out and speak with an adult who's now in the STEM field and one who's in the arts field, because I think it's very important that we acknowledge that all military kids, no matter what their interests are, their passions are, what makes them drive, what makes them want to, get up and engage every day, they come from everybody's different, and everybody's going to take that different path to becoming college, work, and life ready. So I think this is going to be a fascinating conversation, and really excited that Deracia is joining us. Do we have time for some more? Because I can go on and on and on about this, Tara.
And you know what? There's so much more than what you just shared. I cannot wait to hear from some of these speakers as well. And thank you so much for spotlighting just a few of them that people can expect. Now, I know that we are just heading into this year's virtual national training seminar, but you've been in some of the same meetings as I have been in, and people want to know about what's going to happen next year. So can you give a little bit of a sneak peek of what people can expect for next year, just in case we've got friends of MSEC that have come to the seminar every single year, so I know they want to know?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked, because it was such a disappointment last year when we were unable to convene face-to-face in Washington, D.C. And of course, this year, with an abundance of caution, we made the call quite a while ago that the virtual would still be the way to go. But we are absolutely very excited at the prospect of the summer of 22 to be able to convene once again face-to-face in the Washington Renaissance, Washington, D.C. downtown hotel. The name of that hotel is a little bit of a mouthful, but it's been our home for the NTS for the last 3 or 4 years. So we are going to be very excited to get back into the hotel. They are doing some upgrades. They've used their time well in that facility, as far as even if you've been to the NTS before, when you come back, very likely those hallways in our meeting rooms are going to have a little different look to them. And I can't wait till this fall when they're ready to unveil their new look. But I hope you are able to join us in person. It will be a hybrid event. So even if you are unable to join us in DC, that is one good positive thing that's come out of all of this COVID and pandemic that we've been living through, is that we really, everyone, but an MSEC as an organization understands now that there are so many different ways to deliver this training. So we're not going to completely abandon the virtual training portion but we will have a hybrid event. Hopefully you come join us in DC. If you can't, we're still going to be able to offer you a lot of the same training, great speakers, great sessions, great learning, and a great opportunity to support military kids.
Well, Carrie, I want to thank you so much. I know this is your busiest time of year, for taking some time to sit down and sharing more with our listening audience about what to expect at our virtual national training seminar this year. So thank you so much, Carrie. And join us again next week, everyone, as we talk with Louise Webb, who's going to share with us about our parents.
You've been listening to the MSEC Podcast, the official podcast of the Military Child Education Coalition. As a reminder, our National Training Seminar is July 19th through the 21st and offered virtually at no cost when you register today at militarychild.org/NTS. This time of the year is also critical for our military-connected students and families. Don't forget to send your questions for immediate responses to our highly skilled military student consultants. And parents, you can set your students up for success today when you register for the free online SchoolQuest tool at militarychild.org/SchoolQuest. Get the latest news and information impacting you when you follow us on our official social media accounts at Military Child. And you can also get immediate resources, learn more about our national advocacy efforts for Purple Star schools, donate and register to become a member of MSEC, all on our website at militarychild.org. Until next time, thanks for listening, and thanks for your support in helping us proudly serve the children of those who serve us all.